I asked tonight to speak on a non-agenda item instead of an agenda item because I'm talking about the process of non-renewal and termination of teachers and not an individual teacher. I circled that under non-renewal and I checked it. I want to talk to you about that, of what happens to a teacher who is recommended for discharge. Because every board meeting we see one or two teachers, it seems to be non-renewed or terminated. It's termination at the middle of the year and non-renewal at the end of the year. And I want to tell you what happens. Mr. Barron knows what happens. When a teacher is proposed for termination, their career is basically over. It doesn't matter if they challenge it and win, because in every application out there that I've seen, it says, have you ever been proposed for termination? And if you check yes, you will not be hired. So the day that a school board recommends you for proposed for termination, you're through. Now, you have to fight or you have to settle. The problem is that many of these teachers that are being recommended for termination are good teachers, experienced teachers, who may have made a mistake. Now, no one is asking you to keep teachers that hurt kids or do things that are so out of the norm that everybody would say, yes, that's a teacher that should be fired. But there are other punishments and there are other consequences that can be used. For example, many of these folks could have gotten letters of concerns, reprimands, lower evaluations, suspensions without pay, return to probationary contracts, or any or all of the combination of thereof. But it seems that in this district, all we do is terminate. We terminate. Don't use the others, and we get to see a lot of these folks, and we never hear any of those consequences being used. In fact, it's so many people seems to be terminating that this district is getting a very bad reputation. It seems that it's a spirit of kill them all and let the Lord decide what happens after. Now that's just not right. There's a feeling of fear in this district. There's a belief right now that if I just quit, maybe I can find another job. There are also settlements that keep the hearings down. But there's something that's a reality. On those same applications, it says, have you ever been recommended for termination? It says, have you ever resigned in lieu of termination? And when the teacher sees that application, they have to check yes. Because if they lie, their certificate can be taken away from them for the rest of their time. So as more teachers realize that if I don't stand and fight, I will be out of this profession, not only now, but for good. Now, what does that mean for you? It's going to mean higher legal cost, but it's also going to mean reduced morale. We've had a time here of this last year where many teachers were scarred with a feeling that they were going to be non-renewed or terminated for no reason of anything that they did, just the fact that the district was short of money. We've had cases where administrators have walked around and told teachers, we can fire you on the spot. And then we see termination after termination. So many so that I would be willing to bet that there are more terminations in the Arlington ISD than any other district that we work in. In fact, I'd be willing to bet that more than all the other districts that we work in, they come from here. What it's going to mean is that morale will sink even lower. And this district is picking up a reputation as being a mean-spirited district. And I hate that because I've been working with this district for years after years after years, and I've never seen it. You know, the questions that you've got to ask yourself is, can the teacher be remediated? Are there other punishments that can be used? When we called tonight to tell administration that we were going to speak on this topic, what we heard was, I don't care.